Hi, I'm Zach Ula. I graduated the John Cooper School in 2007, and right now I work as the COO, general manager of an oil and gas company in Bucharest, Romania. At Cooper, I studied Spanish all 4 years. I went through AP Spanish with Senora Hill, and my career in life has been definitely been positively affected by the work I did at Cooper and the Spanish I learned. I recently, I've traveled a lot throughout my career and my life just for pleasure and for business. And so traveling to Spanish speaking countries, obviously, it has been a plus to understand what I'm looking at, what I'm reading, and at least a bit of what people are saying and be able to respond to them. Here in Romania, it's actually been more helpful than I thought, the Spanish I learned in high school, because Romanian is also a Romance language. And so when I read it, when I look through contracts or when I read, it's much easier to understand having had a little bit of training in a different language, in a different Romance language, Spanish in particular. One special thing that I'd like all of you to know about learning Spanish at Cooper, or learning French, or learning a language at Cooper is I didn't realize how kind of far ahead of the curve I was until I got to college. And the Spanish and we got such a great foundation in our languages and in Spanish for me from Senora Hill, that when I got to college, I was able to help people, and I just had this baseline understanding of vocabulary and grammar, that I found out was very good for kind of anyone who had just taken Spanish in high school. So I was really happy to learn that. I was able to help people in college, and then just understand the language a lot better than I thought I did coming out of high school at all. So, one more thing that has recently been very helpful, from my knowledge of Spanish to this point, is I have kids now who are aging into learning new languages, and my eldest son has started to learn Spanish. And a lot of that knowledge I learned so well that it has stuck with me, and now I'm able to help him. So it's really nice to be able to kind of lean back on that foundation we got at Cooper, as that's the only place that I've ever taken a language, and then still be able to use it 10, 15 years later and help the next generation learn languages as well. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Monty, and I was a graduate of the class of 2014, and I am now a third year medical student at Howard University in DC. So I speak English and Spanish thanks to my time at Cooper. Spanish has been an extremely useful tool throughout my entire life, throughout my undergrad, especially in medical school, because there are so many people in America that speak Spanish as their primary language, and to be able to connect with those patients is really unparalleled. It's a very unique skill set that I have that distinguishes myself and actually just gives me the chance to connect with patients better. And I would just really encourage people to continue to develop and master the skills of language learning while they're in high school, and even try to continue it as far as they can go, and really establish fluency.
Hi, my name is Maya Basila, and I graduated in 2021. I'm currently a student at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. I can speak English, French, and Spanish, and I studied both Spanish and French at Cooper. I did Spanish up to Advanced Spanish 3, and then in my senior year, I studied French 1. My personal life has definitely been positively impacted by knowing another language. Especially in university, you meet people from all over the world, and I've been able to connect with the Spanish speakers and the French speakers and create amazing friendships from that. I use French probably the most in my day-to-day life, considering that I live in the French part of Canada, so I use it to read signs or to ask people questions or to order things at restaurants. So I'm pretty much using it all the time. So that's been also a really big benefit of knowing another language. And to those who are taking Spanish or French right now at Cooper, I would really encourage you to continue doing so, because it can open a whole list of possibilities in the future. So yeah, bye.
Hi, my name is Catherine Donovan Urick, and I graduated from John Cooper in 2016, and then I went on to graduate from UT Austin in 2019, and I've been working in marketing ever since, and now I live in Germany. While I was at John Cooper, I took AP Spanish with Senora Hill my junior year, and since then I studied abroad in Ecuador and in Spain, and both of those experiences, I got to live with a host family that only spoke Spanish. So it was really helpful to be able to speak to them while I was living in their house. Spanish really helped me while living abroad because now that I live in Germany, it's easy-ish to travel throughout Europe. So when I meet someone, if they don't speak English, I can always try Spanish. And recently when I went to Italy and Spain and France, the Romance languages are so similar that I can understand kind of what they're saying to me. And then if I respond in Spanish, they can kind of put it together as well, what I'm trying to say back to them. But just speaking another language really opens up the whole world to you. And I'm really grateful for Cooper to giving me the opportunity to learn Spanish from kindergarten all the way to AP Spanish with Senora Hill. So I thank you for that.
Hi, I'm Arthi Thangadu. I am a physician practicing in the Woodlands area, and I graduated from John Cooper in 2003. I took Spanish from kindergarten all the way through AP Spanish with Senora Castellanos all the way to Senora Gallivan. And then I went on to take Spanish further in college where I went to Northwestern, and I was actually awarded a grant to report on healthcare disparities in Guatemala because of my dual language ability. I speak both Spanish and English. I grew up in a multilingual family and household, but really grasped Spanish better than some of the other languages that my family spoke. And then during my medical training, Spanish was really imperative to me connecting with my patients. You know, language is more than just about words, it's about connection. And I think Cooper did a good job of integrating the cultural aspects of language with, language itself. I don't think I would have been able to survive medical school in San Antonio, where many of our patients were Spanish speaking only, or my internship at Ben Taub, where many of my patients only spoke Spanish. And it really has enabled me to connect with my patients on a different level than I would have been able to without it. So I'm so grateful to Cooper for giving me the foundation of a dual language skill.
Hello, I'm Cody Gwynn. I graduated with the class of 2012, and I currently work as a criminal defense and family law attorney here in Montgomery County. Now, while I was at Cooper, I learned Spanish at a fairly moderate level. And then once I got to university, I pursued my enjoyment of linguistics and learned German at a fairly high level. How has multilingualism impacted my life and my career? Well, I think it's important to remember that America is at its heart a multicultural experiment, and in many ways has been from the beginning and will be into the far future. So the chances that you are going to be in a situation, regardless of what career you're in, that you will be able to show respect to somebody, to show cultural competency to somebody by speaking to them in their own language is really fairly high. And that could be clients or it could be colleagues. And that's an incredibly important difference.